or recommendations made by the Supreme Court and accepted by the CRC?
Well, a very important meeting of the committee was held at the Parliament House today, and Senator Raza Rabbani chaired it. The topic under discussion was the appointment of judges and the decision of the Supreme Court on 18th Amendment bill, because when the Supreme Court had given its decision, it had recommended to the Parliament to reconsider its decision for the appointment of judges. Initially, a parliamentary committee was proposed in the 18th Amendment, which comprised 8 members, 4 from the Treasury side and the rest from the opposition side. And then there was the Judicial Commission. But the Supreme Court in its decision had asked the committee, the Parliament, that there should be the induction of 2 more senior-most judges of the Supreme Court in the Judicial Commission, and the names of the judges for the Superior Court would be initiated by the Chief Justice of Pakistan, and then that would go to the Parliamentary Committee, which can take a decision. In today's meeting, this decision was reconsidered, and now the committee has decided to approve all the recommendations of the Supreme Court, and for that a subcommittee has also been established, which would finalize a 19th Amendment bill, which would be tabled in the National Assembly on December 22nd now.
All right, and Sabur, you said all of the recommendations have been accepted. Does that include, for one, the fact that the Chief Justice alone will initiate or forward the name of the appointment of the judge under consideration, rather than it being forwarded by any one of the members of the Judicial Council? Does it include?
In fact, there was a dispute on the role of a Judicial Commission, and then of course on the role of a Parliamentary Committee as well. But in its decision, Supreme Court had said that the name of a judge for the appointment as a Supreme Court judge would be initiated by the Chief Justice as the Chairman of Judicial Commission, and then this name would be forwarded to the Parliamentary Committee, and a Parliamentary Committee would have to give its decision within 14 days, and it can also reject the name, but for that it has to give a solid reason. But the Supreme Court in its decision had also said that the Judicial Commission can resend that name to the Parliamentary Committee, and in that case the decision of the Judicial Commission would be final. And now the committee has accepted this recommendation as well, and a subcommittee has been established which comprises 7 members belonging to government side and opposition side, and they are finalizing a draft which will be tabled in the National Assembly on December 22nd.
All right.
And then of course this decision would be taken by the Parliament.
All right, and there was another key recommendation by the Supreme Court to the Parliament, which was that once it's done all the rounds and the President finally rejects the recommendation that has reached him, it has to be justiciable, and the person or the institution to decide whether it was justiciable or not would be the Supreme Court once again. So if the Supreme Court does not find the reasons of the President good enough, the same person will be appointed, which was or who was rather recommended by the Judicial Council and the Parliamentary Committee, etc., etc. Does that also remain as recommended by the Chief Justice?
Well, the role of the Judicial Commission in this entire equation is very important, because in its decision, Supreme Court had said that a Parliamentary Committee rejects the name of a name initiated or forwarded to that by the Judicial Commission, but for that they have to give a solid and concrete reason, and in that case it would be sent back to the Judicial Commission. But if the Judicial Commission sticks to its previous decision and it resends that recommendation to the Parliamentary Committee, then the final decision would of course lie with the Judicial Commission. And now this has been accepted by the Parliamentary Committee in its today's meeting. And one more issue which of course could have created problem in future was that let's suppose that the National Assembly does not exist, and then half of the members of the committee would of course have not participated in the meetings of the committee. But now the committee has proposed that if the National Assembly does not exist, then the rest of the members, who of course belong to the Senate, so they would be entitled to take a decision regarding the appointment of a judge of Supreme Court.
That's right, Sabur. Thank you very much. That was Sabur Ali Syed talking to us about the unanimous vote that took place in the Constitutional Reforms Committee with